Society isn't building us up for success, it's actually crashing us down. And I see this as a side effect of poor mental health as well.
Oh no.
What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about when you are in the fitness journey, and everyone here is on one particular journey, and that is the fitness journey. And when you're in the depths of it, how do people still struggle with body image? And I'm going to talk about this today in depth, of particular signs that may come up for you if you are on this journey. And if you're new here, welcome. I am Annie. I talk everything to do with your body image, how to create the life you want, and ultimately how to get the best out of your health and well-being. And if you watch to the end, I'm going to give you a tool that I have used over the years to overcome that negative self-talk around your body image. So, here are the signs that you are potentially struggling with body image, even though you are on this fitness journey that evolves around looking after your health, having the best physique, if you want to call it that, or having something that can make you or have an identity around how fit you are physically, mentally, emotionally, and so on. Number one, you are obsessively looking at yourself in the mirror. And I don't mean this in a nasty way. I think everyone to an extent can be doing this in a healthy way and analyzing. But if you look across the whole board, you will notice the ones that will be doing this the most are the ones that are in the fitness space. And why is that? Why is it that the ones that invest their most time to be physically fit, mentally fit, are the ones that are doing this the most? And this is not just saying across all fitness industries, but particularly in the bodybuilding industry, where it's all about your physique and your aesthetic. I'm going to let you answer that one yourself. But the signs upon this is when you're looking in the mirror, how many times are you looking at yourself in the mirror? What are you analyzing about yourself? If you are a girly girl, if you're looking at yourself in the mirror, assessing your face, assessing your aesthetics, is my lipstick still on? Is it like all these questions? There is a fine line between having it in a very positive way as a self-care ritual versus in a way that can be self-destructive. And I'm here to tell you, I am human too. I have gone through this journey the last 10 years and I am still on the other side, living and breathing of someone who used to be like this. So there is no judgment. We are all human, okay? Society isn't building us up for success. It's actually crashing us down. And
Oh no.
I see this as a side effect of poor mental health as well. When society says this is the expectation and you are not meeting it, therefore you are not in the community or the society or whatever, how does that make one individual feel? That makes them feel like horrendous, of course. Number two is obsessing over food and exercise. And the reason why I bring this into the fitness industry is because we live and breathe this space. But what happens when this is what we live and breathe versus we are obsessing over it? And what is the difference between being in the most wellness, fitness space for yourself versus being obsessive with the food intake, the calorie intake, the amount of exercise you're doing? Like, what is that fine line? And I truly believe every single person on this planet can use their intuition and see for themselves, okay, this is the limit. Is this healthy for what I'm doing? And is this for the outcome of my health? Or is this for something else of external validation? And I'm not here to tell you right or wrong, but what I am here to shine a light on is if you are experiencing extreme restrictive calorie deficits or restrictive foods or language around yourself of I can't have that, or foods of this is good, this is bad, that is non-existent. That can be a sign that you are potentially obsessing over the food intake. If you are someone on the other side, which is like you exercise a lot and it is the routine, it is the structure, we like repetition, our nervous systems thrive on routine, structure and repetition. But what happens when it gets a little bit too far And what does that look like? And what are the signs? Well, your whole life and the way you think, the way you even breathe is evolved around when you're going to exercise. We have life outside of exercising, guys. It's not something that we should be involving our whole life around. Of course, if you have other commitments, it's important to organize your day, but to be at the point where you wake up and the first thing you think is, I'm going to be doing this and exercising 4 hours of my day, that's when it's something that is a little bit like, okay, what are our intentions here? What are our goals? And am I a professional athlete in this? That's another question. So just familiarize yourself with this. And number 3 is that your body image and how you perceive yourself is directly correlated to your mood. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and then instantly felt down? Well, that could be a potential sign of having a poor negative body image and relationship with yourself. And I'm here to tell you we are human, and you know, we go through journeys, and it's okay to have this, because we're going to come out the other side bigger, better, and more growth and evolving and so on. But if you're finding your mood is directly correlating to how you look, say for example, if you feel on a certain part of your cycle that you're like, I feel great, well that's good, that could be hormonal. But if you're looking at yourself in the mirror at a particular part of your cycle and going,
Nani?
and then your mood goes, that's a whole nother thing to talk about there. A little note, when you do this, just take note of your self-worth in this. Your body image does not define who you are, nor does it define your worth. And if you're putting your worth in the same bag as your body image, this is just a root of disaster. This is not setting you up for success, it's actually diminishing you and bringing you back into a dark hole. For example, having my mood correlated to my body image and self-worth was when I was going through a competition, and it was all to do with how I look aesthetically. It wasn't to do with my performance, it wasn't to do with my power, my agility, it was all to do with my aesthetics. And that was just, my intentions weren't there in terms of competing against myself, it was more towards competing to be the best against others and comparing myself to others and not myself. And this was not a good start for me, because all I ended up doing every single time I would see the number drop on the scale, or you know, the metrics around my torso or hips, I would be like, okay, is this good enough? But then I would put it as, am I good enough in this? And that is not what we want to do. So that could be a particular sign. Your body image is directly correlated to your mood as well as your self-worth. That's a very bold one. Number 4 is camouflaging your body. And what I mean by this is we can wear whatever we want. This is the freedom and the liberty of being human, and we get to wear things that directly express who we are. And to be honest, I'm a big lover of big hoodies. I love them so much, and I'm wearing trackies right now. But the thing is, there can also be a line between camouflaging your body to hide your body from a place of shame versus wearing hoodies, jumpers, because they're comfy, you love them, it brings you so much comfort and self-regulation, and the energy is different there. So if you're finding and noticing there is a sign there that you are wearing clothes that don't really give you that sense of self-care and self-love, but it's actually from a place of shaming your body, that is also a sign that there could be signs of negative body image and relationship with your body. Number 5, frequently comparing your body image to others. I did touch upon this, I think, on point 3, which was around the competition and competing times that I was in. But this is another level. This is your day-to-day going through comparing yourself to either another person, another woman, another man, and seeing and identifying what they have that you don't. That is really destructive and really unhealthy for you. And all it's going to do is actually just allow you to have a negative self-talk even more, allow you to have a relationship with yourself that is in a negative way, and also have spite towards someone else, which we do not want to have. And you're just going to radiate that out, and you're going to attract that even more in. And that is not going to create the life that we want, guys. But if you were to see within that, okay, I'm comparing myself to this person, whether it is in the presence, whether it is on social media, am I comparing myself to this person in a negative way? And if so, what are the things that are coming up for me? This can be a huge sign that you are suffering subconsciously of comparison around your body image and how you look and how you perceive yourself. Story time. When I was comparing myself at the height times of when I would compare myself to other women, it was around the aesthetics world, and it was around the time when every woman was getting their lips done. I remember thinking, one, I have to fit in. One, if I don't have this, then it's going to look like I want to be up with the trend. There was a lot of wanting to be part of something there, as well as in the mixture of negative body image in the aesthetics world. So I went and got my lips done, and it was the worst decision I ever made. And I literally remember sitting there with myself and thinking, Annie, this is really serious. Like, you're willing to go to this extent and change your image to fit in. This is not good. And that was the reality check for me of, oh my goodness, Annie, like, we need to go on a self-love journey here, because there is no way I'm ever going to be doing this again. And that was 10 years ago, and I'm so glad to say I've never got my lips done since. So there we go. Sign number 6. Are you often finding little things about yourself that you would like to change? Whether it is something like, oh, I could be wearing this top that's different, or, you know, like every mirror glance is like, oh my god, is my lips okay? Or like looking at flaws, or feeling a sense of dissatisfaction in the way you look or your aesthetics or how you show up is also a sign of that. And also, it is very common around perfectionism and perfectionists to be experiencing this. Finding something to fix, to find a problem that needs to be solved all the time, but basing it around yourself and how you look is really, really self-destructive. It actually kind of brings me quite like a lot of sadness, to be honest with you. Of like, if we have a world where everyone's trying to fix their own problems on how they look and not actually how to change their own experience of the world and those around them, like, we're not going to get very far in life. And that sounds really harsh, but it's true. If we're going to carry on in that kind of way, how are we expecting ourselves to grow and evolve? So if you're here to the end, hi. I did say to you I would give you a tip on that I've used over the years of the last 10, 12 years around body image. And the thing is, I have come to the conclusion that no one can do this but yourself, but it takes radical self-acceptance and self-awareness in the mixture of this, in the cocktail of all this, to reaffirm to yourself, I got this from Louise Hay, I radically accept myself and love myself. Every time I find myself negatively speaking towards myself in my head, or reassessing or trying to fix my looks, anything like that, I would literally say that affirmation of, I radically accept myself and love myself. And it was so difficult. And to even do this when you're in the mirror, oh, that's a hard one. But trust me, when you do this the first time, you're gonna feel so silly. But now I'm literally looking at myself in the mirror like, I love me, you know. It's great. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I will see you on the next one. I love you all so much.